Hello everyone, my name is Angel Albanese, Mayor of Clark, and I'm here today with Captain Mike Akabu because we want to talk about some special services that are offered here by the police department, specifically alarm registration and also vacant house notifications. So before we get started, I'd like to ask Captain Akabu to tell us a little bit about himself. Say hello to everyone.
Sure, hello. Residents and stakeholders of Clark. My name is Captain Mike Akabu. I'm with the Clark Police Department for about 14 years. I'm a transfer from the Newark Police Department. I patrolled Newark Police Department from 2006 to 2012, and I transferred here in January 12. Been here ever since, and I'm currently the Patrol Division Commander of the Clark Police Department.
Excellent, excellent. So, Captain, why don't we start out with alarm registration? I understand this applies to homes and businesses, so if you could talk to us about what is it exactly?
So sure, these services are terrific for the residents and stakeholders of the town, of Clark Township. The reason why we have these alarm registration services is, faster emergency response time. It also helps us with reduced false alarms, and in addition to compliance with local laws and ordinances. And also another benefit is when you do file for a registration, alarm registration form, you can contact your insurance company and potentially receive a discount based on your premium.
Excellent, excellent. So how does someone go about participating in this program?
Sure, it's very simple. With the modern technology that we use nowadays, they can just go over to our website, which is www.ourclark.com. They can scroll up to the right of the screen and click on online services. Scroll all the way down to the police department, and you can see the 3 forms in boxes. You can click on whatever form that fits your need.
When you're filling out all these forms, are you required to provide passwords, access codes? What kind of information would be in there regarding that?
Sure, that's a really good question. What we normally don't ask for confidential information, right? So it's pretty self-explanatory. We ask for business location, we ask for point of contact, emergency number, an email. We also ask for alarm company information, point of contact for that alarm company. And the good thing about these forms as well is we ask for medical information, right? So we ask for medical alarm information. If there's somebody in that household that requires oxygen, right? That requires some type of special needs service, somebody that's nonverbal. We also require on this form, which is pretty great, is if there's any pets in the house, right? So this is beneficial to our department. Once we receive these forms, we enter it into our CAD system. CAD system means computer-aided dispatch. So what that means is if there's a call at that location, if we receive an alarm call, our dispatchers provide this information to our officers in real time. And it enhances our safety, enhances our response time, and enhances basically the overall, again, I'm going to say safety again, because that's paramount to our department, right? Everybody wants to feel safe. So it overall provides a safety assurance of the homeowner and the officers responding to these alarms.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it expedites things too in terms of information that's being provided.
Sure, it does. It does. I remember at times when I was a patrol officer way back when, and we would respond to a house, and the dispatcher would give us the information of the homeowner, and we will talk to the homeowner within seconds. Are you coming? Where are you? Are you responding? Yes, I'm going to be 15 minutes. I'm in Cranford, I'm in Garwood, I'm on the Parkway. So it's very beneficial to us because it gives us that information right to our hands.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So if folks don't want to go online and get the forms, how would they get those forms?
Sure. Another option is you can walk right into the police department. We are open 24/7. So they could walk in, They can see our police records clerk, or they can just go right onto the board and grab a paper form. They can fill out the paper form and give it to our records clerk. They can email it to our records clerk, which the email is records@clarkpolice.org, or they can bring it home, fill it out at their own leisure, mail it, in an envelope, and put it in the U.S. Post Mail, and the address is 315 Westfield Avenue, Clark, New Jersey, 07066.
Mm-hmm. So obviously we'd prefer, and it's easier to do it online for some, and you can do that 24/7 as well. If you're home, you want to do it whenever you want to do it. It's available. You don't have to go and pick it up, but also we have the option of being able to pick it up, which is great.
Sure, yeah.
Is there anything else required after the forms are filled out?
That's a really good question, Mayor. So when they complete a form online or drop it off at the police department, we review it, we enter the information into our CAT system, computer-aided dispatch, and basically there is nothing more to be done with the resident or the stakeholder. The only thing that I ask is that residents and stakeholders, please be mindful that we do have an ordinance on false alarms. So with that being said is that the first, second, and third false alarm is a warning to the resident or the stakeholder. The fourth and fifth alarm is a $25 fine. The 6th through 12th false alarm is a $50 fine. And subsequently, the 12th and on is a $100 fine. So please be very mindful that, if you do go into it, when you enter your house and you put a improper PIN, that you do notify the police department. However, the police department will respond just to make sure and to ensure the safety that you are home and you are the resident, homeowner, or stakeholder inputting, that code.
Excellent, excellent. Let's talk for a few minutes about vacancy and what it means. When a home is temporarily vacant, whether you're on vacation or you've sold your home, how does the police department help with vacant homes?
Sure, that's another great question and another great service that the Township of Clark offers. So it's the same thing as filling out a residential alarm or business registration form. You go online, www.ariclark.com, scroll on top to online services, scroll all the way down to the bottom, police department, where you're going to click on vacancy form. And in terms, we all go on vacation, right? Or we're out of the town for a couple of days. So what this does is basically give the police department, again, real-time information on who's going to be at the house, right? So, for example, if we get a call at that vacant house, the dispatcher will communicate with the officer because an alert will pop up on the dispatcher screen saying that this house is vacant. So, in turn, the dispatcher will see the specific information on there as far as point of contact, right? You could leave your brother, your mom, your father, anyone, information. I'm going to be out of the country for 7 days. My brother, my father, or whoever can take responsibility of anything was to happen to the house. We also require on there, if there's any cameras on the house, right? If there's any pets in the house, if you guys are going to leave any lights on, if there's going to be any cars in the driveway. Officers need to know this information because when we respond there, we know that the house is vacant. We don't want to just show up and potentially not knowing who's going to be in the house, which can potentially cause an issue because if we don't know who's in that house and it's not specifically written on that form.
Now what if you have someone who comes by and takes care of the pets, feeds the pets, checks on the pets while you're gone? Is that incorporated, or how would that be handled?
Sure, it's in the same fashion. You should add anybody who's going to be responding to that house while it's vacant. So, for example, if you have a dog in the house and there's a dog sitter coming in, or a cat, or any animal, rather, you should put that information on there saying This person will be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday between the hours of 5 and 9, so that if we do get a call there, the dispatch can relay to our officers that that person will be there, and the officers will have the time to, in turn, see that somebody's in there.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
For their safety as well.
Mm-hmm. So today we've been discussing two types of services: alarm registration. If you have an alarm, register that with the township. And as the captain said, it's good because then you provide a profile of what can be anticipated, which helps the safety of the officer and also anyone who might be in the home. This way they have general understanding of what's going on in the home, who's there, etc. And then also vacant homes or businesses. If you're going away on vacation, if you're selling your home, you might want to consider this service because obviously no one's in the home, and you know, you want to protect your property. So is there anything I left out, Captain?
Did a fantastic job. All the points were hit. And I do have to just address one thing as far as just make sure that you know, your house is properly well lit. You have you know, proper surveillance, Ring doorbell cameras. You know, you have floodlights, walkway lights or driveway lights, just to, you know, add a little extra security and safety for, you know, your property and for the officer's safety as well.
And although we weren't talking about it specifically, of course, we're all aware, and we always talk about in town, keep all those key fobs away from your garage, keep them in a secure place, maybe always not the most convenient, but the most secure for your safety. Okay. Anything
Yes.
you want to add on about that, or?
Yes, like you said, those key fobs, past couple of months, things been going very well within Clark. We haven't had a lot of, actually very few incidents. But yeah, keep those key fobs, you know, secure in a Faraday bag. Make sure that, you know, your doors are locked, your windows are locked, their alarms are set. If you have any dogs, dogs are great. Sense of they have a good sense of security or awareness, and it's also a secondary alarm system. And again, I think most important is make sure your house is properly illuminated, so you can protect yourself and have everything operational as far as cameras and everything up to date with business alarms, registration alarms, and anything that is required to ensure the safety of you and the police department.
Thank you. Excellent summary. So thank you, folks. Hope you enjoyed this
Thank you very much.
with Captain Akabu.
Thank you, Mayor.
Have a wonderful day.